And welcome back. Has the government shutdown impacted your ability to pay your rent, loans, or your overall financial situation? Our next guest joins us with her beautiful take on the best approaches to keeping up. We have Gail Allen. She's a great help with a lot of things. She's from the No Fico Score group, and she's always a friend of the show, and she comes with a wealth of information. We welcome you again to the show.
My pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. So government shutdown. It affected just more than the 86,000 people that were out there.
Well, they said 800,000 federal workers.
Yes.
Were more than that. Because you got to figure this way, 800 federal workers go to mom and pop shops for lunch,
That's right.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay, those counters and those tables, lunchtime, breakfast, they were empty. They were vacant. Okay,
Yeah.
so those people lost out. And some of these businesses are going to suffer and go down, especially if it happens again. Government shutdown, very bad for Main Street.
But it's likely to happen again,
It's
right?
likely to happen again. And it is bad for Main Street because people, they need their checks. You know, the end of the week, they got to pay their mortgage, pay the rent. They've got to feed their children. And I think it's really unfair of anyone, any party in the government, Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever it be, to use government shutdown as a tool, to try and leverage against someone else because you want whatever it is that you want. It's totally
And
unfair.
it's also a psychological stress on the system, too. I mean, I was traveling around that time, watching the TSA workers
Oh, yeah.
work with people, and I'm saying, wait a minute, this is a government shutdown,
Right.
am I safe?
Right.
You have to ask that question, am I safe?
You've got to ask that
And
question.
luckily, I knew some of the people at the airport. That's the guy on the WBL. He's the guy in Bronxnet.
Well, but you've got to figure this way. We've got our vegetables coming in, or
Yeah.
our meat, Who's inspecting? Who's doing the inspection? No one's doing the
I don't know what
inspection.
you're eating.
Goods are coming into the country. If TSA people aren't there to examine, and see exactly what's coming to the country, how do we know what's coming into our shore? So my point is that it's very bad for Main Street. Now, if you are a mortgage holder or you own property, all right, and you are falling behind in your payment because you haven't received a check, this is what happens. What you should do immediately is call your lender. Call your lender and say it just the way it is.
Let them know what's going on.
I've not received
And they
my
see it
check.
all over the news.
They see it all over the news.
Yeah.
And they're willing to work with you. As a matter of fact, this is the best time to refinance. Oh yeah, if you really need to lower your interest rate or you want to do a little cash out, this is the best time to do it, or to consolidate your debt. Maybe you got credit cards, maybe you want to pay off a car note. This is the best time to do it because lenders are aware of what's going on in the economy.
If you didn't damage your credit because you didn't get paid.
Well, even if you have a few dents at this time, maybe you were late on your mortgage 30 days, 30-day late, and maybe even a 60-day late, you may still be able to get your loan through with FHA.
Oh,
Okay, Federal Housing Authority, that programs. Sometimes your FICO score is as low as 580, and you can qualify for a refinance. So this can help you get out of debt. But what happens, really, when someone can't refinance because they do not have the equity, right?
Yeah.
Although there are some programs with FHA where you can refinance without equity, okay, for a lower rate. You can't take out cash if you don't have the equity, but you can lower your interest rate. They call it payment relief. I think it's with Fannie Mae. But it's an ongoing problem if this government, which is new to us. I mean, since when do you actually take food off of someone's table, away from the family, and use that as leverage to negotiate what you want in a deal?
But can you go, like somebody from the cabinet said, they should just go out and take out a loan?
See, that's someone that's probably somewhat out of touch with what's going on with Main Street, with people, everyday working people. It isn't easy to secure a loan, and those payday loans are frightful. 16, 17, 18,
Right, there's a loan
35%.
sharking deal again.
Oh, my goodness. That will have you evicted by itself. I mean, who can keep up with those payments? But, and I spoke about this the last time I was on your show. I really think that the party that gets in this election, 2020, I really do believe they should concentrate more in terms of what is it that Americans need, you know, and who are we? Are we a country for the people, by the people, or are we a country? Are we dealing with the oligarchs? Are we dealing with socialism? Who are we as Americans? Where do we want to be in the future? What type of country do we want to leave for our children? You know, do we want to constantly have buyers go out, young people buy homes, put down a down payment, move in, celebrate, start raising children, and then 3-4 years later, there's a downturn in the economy, and they can no longer keep their homes, and they go into foreclosure. That's
So the American dream, not.
American dream, good, bad.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a vicious cycle. It isn't working anymore. The financial situation that we have right now is not working for Americans. And I'm all about...
not working for the large percentage of the Americans.
Well, I'm talking about 99%.
Yeah.
It's not working for us.
Is it working for the 1%?
Oh, absolutely. Quite
No,
well.
they talk about that on TV a lot.
Yeah. Well,
That 1%.
whenever they talk about the economy is doing really well, Wall Street had a smashing good day, that has nothing to do with everyday working people who are out punching the clock, who are waiting tables, who are waiting for their children to come off the bus. I mean, you know,
Sure.
we really have
No
to wake
FICO
up.
score with a touch of politics in it.
But you know what? I'm alive and I'm a person and I'm living in the world. You know?
Yeah.
And I do financing. And I want to talk about my website. If there's anyone out there who has fallen behind in the mortgage payment, or they really need a loan modification, go to askgailaboutrealestate.com. And you can fill out the information. You can even download information with reference to how to go about asking for a loan modification.
Yeah. You know what I want to ask you? We talk about FICO scores and all that stuff. Briefly, what is the FICO score and how important is it for people who don't know?
Well, let me just say this. Years ago, and not that long ago, but years ago, there was no FICO score. You would go to a bank. I remember when I would go to the bank with my mother. I went to the bank to buy my first car. I sat down, and the vice president of the bank looked at me and said, "Listen, are you working?" "Yes, I'm working." "You have a job?" "Yeah." "Okay. You know what this means? Is it that?" "Yeah." And I signed, and he looked.
And that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Now, the FICO score is an industry where they make a lot of money. You've got all kinds of credit companies coming along. Like you can go on your smartphone, I won't say the name, and you can dial and say, "I want to pull my credit," and it comes up. I don't care who you are. You could be 18 years old, but your credit score is 700, 750. No, that's not real, because the real credit score is with TransUnion, Equifax, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Experian.
So it's important because a lot of agencies look at it.
It's very important. Unfortunately, it's unfair oftentimes. It's very unfair. Suppose you're a person who you really don't like credit. You prefer to pay cash.
Yeah.
And you pay on time. When you apply for a mortgage or a car note and you don't have any credit, sometimes you aren't treated as nicely. Most times you're turned down. And then you'll have to go to FHA, which will accept community credit. Your public service bill, your cell phone bill with AT&T, all of that counts as credit.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's very important to
They
take
look
care
at
of your
that
credit. They look
so they
at
can
that.
know what to give you or should they give you or not.
But how fair is it? You see?
Yeah.
How fair is it? So I think we should revisit all of these subjects, you know.
Where do you go for more information? Because he's giving me a hard rap over there. He's going like this.
Okay. You can go to askgailaboutrealestate.com. Pull down information about credit, pull down information about loan modifications and reverse mortgages. You can call me at 877-651-9938. That's 877-651-9938.
Sounds like a commercial to me.
Thank you, Paul.
Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Gail Allen, CEO of the No FICO Score Group. Find out what it's all about. No FICO
Score Group, LLC.
No FICO, no.
No FICO, no house.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back next with the more open.